Hey, good afternoon, everyone. It's Pastor Bramnick at Holy Shepherd Lutheran Church. Today is February the 3rd. It is a Monday, and we are in Psalm 16, covering some of the material that we did not get to last week, but we touched on yesterday. We did finish the Psalm yesterday, and then this coming Sunday, we'll actually be starting Psalm 17. So, yesterday we had talked about this verse here, verse 4. The sorrows of those will increase who run after other gods. I will not pour out their libations of blood or take up their name on my lips. So the ancient world was a really rough place in terms of how religion was practiced. And this reference here to pouring out libations of blood suggests that there were potentially sacrifices, obviously of animals, but also we think of children. That the statue of Baal itself was crafted so that it had these outstretched hands. They would light a fire underneath the outstretched hands and sacrifice a baby by putting it in the hands of this god, as though that was their burnt offering to the god, to get the god to do something. Bless the land with rain, good crops, fertility, something along those lines. And so God would enact judgment upon the nations for these reasons, because they were so cruel and godless in their approach to religion. And obviously because they were breaking the first commandment, right? Because they were worshiping other gods. They were not, obviously, many of them did not sign on to Israel's God. Some of them later did. Some of them later were introduced to Israel's God and did come to believe. But for the most part, God was bringing his judgment down upon them for things like this. And so David here says today he is aware of what they're doing, and he wants to be sure that he says in the psalm that he's not going to do those things, that he's not going to be given to idolatry, first of all, but second of all, to pour out these libations of blood, which is abominable. Let me take off my glasses. I feel like I'm getting reflection glare here. And so, David is often remembered as being Israel's greatest king. Not that he didn't have sin, he very much did, but he was always very good with the first commandment. We're all sinners, right? And we all can say that we break every commandment. But David didn't have this sort of crass public worship of other gods like his son Solomon did, like his predecessor Saul did. And so David was always considered to be very faithful and very devout to God in that respect, honoring him alone. And, we made the reference yesterday to John 14:6, where Jesus says, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. And this is our understanding also of the first commandment, that Jesus is the only way of salvation. And so we in the church proclaim him this way. There's a lot of movement in the church today outside the Lutheran Church Missouri Synod, but just this sort of growing openness to all paths leading to God, all religions, all faiths. And, we would condemn such an open-mindedness because it is a denial of the gospel. So this is where we are, still finding ourselves in the same setting as they did in the Old Testament, hopefully without the sacrifices of children and whatnot, although we did reference yesterday in the sermon that this does still happen in other ways in our society, but we'll save that for a message for another time. All right, let's continue with the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. The Lord lift his countenance upon you and give you his peace. Amen. Okay, announcements for today. We do have Season Saints tomorrow at 1 p.m. up here at Holy Shepherd. This will be taking place in Nice Hall. So we look forward to having your participation. And then, let's see, we have the trivia night. Sign-up sheets are up. So if you would please start to assemble your team. Trivia night is going to be March the 1st. It's a Saturday. We have the new Board of Evangelism that is going to be convening. I have the dates in the email newsletter, but we're looking to staff the committee. We've had several people express interest. So we'd love to have your help in determining how we can better reach out as a congregation to our community and also do some reaching in. And so please let Greg LaPrade know if you are interested in coming, or you could email me and I will let him know. And we'd love to have your participation. Okay, that's all the announcements I have for today. God bless you. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow for more daily devotions.